Welcome back. If you have made it this far, thank you. We appreciate you sticking with us through the CFL draft, the 2021 Ticats CFL draft show powered by TELUS. Thank you to TELUS for sponsoring this as well. And before we bring in our final guest of the evening, let me just run down Hamilton's 7 draft picks in the 6th round so far here. Again, I got my glasses on, so I should be able to read it. Jake Burt was selected 1st overall. It was great to catch up with him out of Boston College. Nick Cross selected 9th in the 1st round. Dean Leonard, 2nd round, 18th overall. 19th overall, Mohamed Diallo out of Central Michigan. 4th round, 36th overall, Jarek Richards out of St. Mary's. 5th round pick, Felix Gauthier out of Laval. And with the 54th overall pick, do not call him Mr. Irrelevant, Miles Manalo out of Western, a linebacker. And to discuss all those names I just mentioned, Drew Allemang is the Senior Director of Personnel, Co-Manager of Football Operations. Drew, a much shorter draft than we're used to, of course, with 2 less rounds this year. Audio is just connecting now, so I'm not sure if you can hear me before we bring him in. So, Drew, how are you doing? The draft has come and gone. Obviously, a little bit different, a little bit shorter. But how are you feeling after the draft?
Yeah, we're excited with how it went for us. We got improved the football team with some exciting young players. So I think it went well.
Now, Jake Burt was a late addition to the draft list, but obviously someone you've kind of had your eye on for a while now. When he became available, did something kind of click? Were there conversations that happened leading up to it? Just tell us the thought process. I'm going with Jake with the 1st overall pick.
Yeah, Jake, we've known about him for a little while. We almost thought he was going to be in last year's draft because it was his NFL draft. So we were kind of aware of his national status then, and he didn't end up declaring at that time for our draft, but we kind of, stayed with it and kind of followed his situation in the NFL and kind of had a handle on things once he was officially approved into the CFL draft this past month.
Nick Cross, 9th overall pick, linebacker, coming off an injury. What do you like about him? Do you look at this as a kind of a high reward situation? If he comes fully healthy off that injury, what do you like about Nick Cross here? Yeah,
Nick did have an injury just before really the pandemic, so he's had some time to recover from it, and he's at a really good place with it. Our medical people had him do some different things virtually for us, and we felt comfortable with where he's at. Nick's a really hardworking individual. He's been diligent with his rehab, and everything's kind of on pace for when our training camp would start, and we feel comfortable with everything where he's at.
Moving on to the next few picks here, like you said, it's kind of a mix of adding guys that you can that can improve your team right away. Something you mentioned earlier this week as well. Dean Leonard, someone who I believe is going back to school next year. But what do you like about him?
Yeah, Dean, he is going back to school. He transferred. He played at University of Calgary and then transferred down to Mississippi, where he played last year. So he is a future pick, and he's done quite well with his transition and did have quite a bit of playing time with that school. So we'll see how it all kind of works out with him, but he's a really exciting player. He's got great cover skills and length and play speed that if we're to see him, we'll be excited to have him.
Let's keep going down the list. 19th overall pick, very next pick. You guys took me Mohamed Diallo. What do you like about him?
Yeah, Mohamed, another really exciting player, and also possibly a future pick as well. But he has all the athletic traits that you look for from a defensive lineman. He's played defensive end and inside as a defensive tackle, but kind of rare play speed and explosiveness for that position. Another exciting player, competitive player, plays with a lot of energy and physicality. So we'll see kind of what his future holds this coming year. But we'll be excited to get him on our team.
Moving down the list, let's move on to the fourth round pick, 36th overall, Jarek Richards out of St. Mary's.
Yeah, Jarek, another player that we had our eye on and had liked him. We've seen him play a number of years at St. Mary's, and I think instantly, he'll come in and compete for a special teams role. But another kid that runs really well, kind of has all the traits that you look for special teams. He's competitive. He plays with a physical edge to him. But we'll see kind of how his role can grow from there. There's a lot of other traits that he has, and another really, really great kid.
Now going back to the offensive side of the football, fullback Felix Gauthier out of Laval. Where do you see him fitting in with this team?
Yeah, no, Felix, we're excited about. He's played a little bit kind of all over the place. He originally went to Laval as a quarterback, then transferred over onto the defensive side, and then he ultimately ended up kind of as an H-back, kind of fullback type role for them. But he was a key member in their special teams unit. He runs well. He's got length. He has physicality, and you see him initially, helping your special teams, and then kind of the role might develop from there. So someone that we're excited to get in the building and start to work with.
And before we get to Miles here, I did want to just touch on that. The versatility of the guys that you've added, not just tonight, but the guys you've added last year. How big of a factor is that when you're building this roster, having guys that are ready to go at kind of multiple spots, kind of anywhere on the field?
Yeah, no, I think it is important. Because there's different things that they obviously can help your team with, but it also kind of gives you a bit of a glimpse on what they can handle from, a football intelligence standpoint. Their coaches are willing to put them in different situations. If you look at Felix, he was actually the short yardage quarterback for Laval, and, he kind of manned the punt team as an up back and calling protection and different things like that. So, it kind of gives you a bit of a glimpse on what they can handle on their plate when they come up to our level. And, the versatility on game day when, roster sizes are smaller, there's just more that they can really do for you.
And then let's finish off the last pick of the draft, 6th round, 54th overall, Miles Manalo out of Western University. What do you like about Miles' game?
Yeah, Miles, we've seen him for a number of years. He's, from just kind of up the road, Burlington way, but, he's going to come in and we'll get to start to work with him. And, initially he's going to be competing on special teams. He's got good size to him and length. He has the athletic traits for special teams and the physicality and competitiveness that you look for. So we were excited that he was still there for us to select, and look forward to working with him.
Drew, I know so much work has gone into tonight. I know a lot of work has happened tonight, so I will let you go. I will let you enjoy whatever it is you want to enjoy after a draft night. So thanks for doing this, man. It's always great to catch up. It's great to learn a little bit more about these guys as well. So great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Louie, and I'll see you or talk to you soon, I'm sure.
Well said. Awesome. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate that. We'll say goodbye to Drew, and we will say goodbye to you guys, to our people who have watched. We appreciate. Thank you to everybody who worked behind the scenes. Thank you to all our guests who stopped by. I thought I had it on my yellow notes here that I have all throughout, but I've lost it. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Stay locked on to the Ticats.ca on our social media channels. Lots more draft coverage throughout the next few weeks. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who stopped by. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bubba, we are thinking about you, buddy. Get back stronger, better than ever. I can't wait to see you back at Tim Hortons Field. Can't wait to see you, the fans, back at Tim Hortons Field. And if we're going to do that, we got to keep doing everything. Social distance, wear your mask, stay out, stay home, essential trips only. And when it's your turn, get your shot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who worked behind the scenes, including Corey, who did a great job keeping us on the air, bringing our guests on. And of course, the entire marketing staff that I work with, the best people. I am going to have a nice bench beer to celebrate tonight. Have a great night. We will talk to you very soon. Thanks for watching. This has been the Ticats CFL Draft Show, powered by TELUS.